Hello everyone, I'm D,
I'm R.
and together we are DJR Union. And today we're going to be continuing going through the card list. This time we're going to be going through Bleach Purple. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So our first card is Uryu Ishida, 0 cost, energy, 1 action. When he's played, you draw a card, place one from your hand into your sideline.
As you guys already know from playing the demo decks, as well as playing the super pre-release and eventually the pre-release starter deck, Uryu Ishida, very solid card, filters through your deck super well, especially paired with the Orihime. They bounce him back to your hand. He just becomes that much better of a card. For zero cost, 1 action, you really can't get any better than a 0 cost Uryu Ishida. So play 4 ups, nothing more needs to be said.
Orihime Inoue. Once again, another card from the demo deck. Return 1 other character card on your field with 1 or less energy required to your hand, and if you can't, return this card to your hand.
Yeah, and like we were literally saying with Uryu, this is the Orihime you would play to just make Uryu that much better. Play Uryu, get the effect, play Uryu, bounce it back to your hand, play him again. You literally just draw and filter 2 cards for literally free, which is, again, super good, super powerful, especially in Bleach Purple. And on top of that, I love the Orihime artwork in here. I think it's super nice, super clean. Like I said, good, solid card. You really can't go wrong with this.
Our next card, another card, this one from not the demo deck, but the super pre-release deck. Kisuke Urahara has, when he's active, he gets 1 extra energy generation.
Overall, like I said, there's nothing too special about him. He is a good backline character to have because he comes out as 1, but then going forward he stays at 2 energy generation. I will rarely see the need of bringing him up to the front line unless you're trying to be super aggressive and going for the kill. Other than that, he's a really good backline character, honestly.
Next up, you got another Kisuke Urahara 3 energy, 2 action card. 3500 BP. When he's played, you may place the top 3 cards of your deck into your sideline, and if you do, you can add 1 purple character card from your sideline to your hand.
For Kisuke Urahara, this one specifically, like I said, 2 actions. You know how I feel about 2 actions. They got to do something really good for me to justify playing it. This one is definitely not a bad effect because he takes the top 3 cards of your deck and puts them in the sideline, which, especially for Bleach Purple, you want to get as many cards in your sideline as possible. So that alone is a plus. And then the fact that you can take one of your sideline characters and add it back to your hand is also a good plus. So maybe you're looking for that raid Ichigo or that raid Byakuya, and it just happens to be in your sideline. You could get him back while also filling your sideline. So for Kisuke Urahara, I definitely see him as a 1-up, maybe a 2-up, depending.
Right. He's strong, but like in his own way.
And he has
I
all
didn't
art.
know he had all art.
I did not know that either.
That's the kind of nice. So I kind of like how he looks up in the distance.
Yeah, that's actually kind of sick, low key.
Ichigo. When played, look at the top card of your deck and place it on the top of your deck or into your sideline.
No, not a bad card. A good way to just filter out to see what's next. Especially in Bleach Purple where there's a lot of card draw into the deck. So you literally get to just look at the top card, see it's like, hey, I want this card, I can sideline in, and then it's like, hey, I want it, play your next card, draw it, like say play a Uryu, draw it, or sideline it, play your Uryu, draw it to your next card, and it just allows you to dig deeper to your deck while also fueling your sideline. So overall, another good solid card for 1 energy.
Not to mention, Mill is going to be really strong for Bleach because of, like how R says, everything focusing around your sideline, getting cards in your sideline is important. So Mill is going to be your strongest effect for Purple Bleach.
That art is
that
sick.
is some sick all art.
I
actually
want that art.
I really want that. What the heck? Oh no, my money. All right, this one does have all art. 2 all arts.
Hey yo, what the?
So this is Ichigo. Bleach. 1,000-Year Blood War signed. That's beautiful.
That signature goes way too hard, bro.
And you have his Sanpakuto in the back.
Bro, that artwork is super sick. I want it so badly. I hope we pull it praying, fingers crossed, pull that card. It might go for $500, $1,000, $2,000 online.
Who knows?
Make some money, because we broke up in here. But, hey, that's perfectly fine. What do you do?
Alright, he's a 5 energy, 1 action card with Raid.
Okay.
So when he is played, you get to place the top 2 cards of your deck into your sideline. Then you place any number of cards from your sideline into your removal area. And if you do, you choose up to 1 character on your opponent's front line, and it loses 500 BP for every card you place into your removal area with this ability until the end of your turn.
Honestly, that is a super, super strong ability, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially going to late game, because I know a lot of times we're playing with the demo and the pre-release decks, I will have 10, 15, even sometimes 20 cards into my sideline.
And you will see that in our super pre-release games, so you'll see just how many cards are in his sideline. Sometimes it'll be just as big as his deck.
Exactly. And you're telling me I can send any number of them to removal area? I can basically kill your character. So you have worst come to worst, if I see a 5k Hisoka that I wasted my Getsugas on other raid characters and I can't deal with it, I'm looking at you, D. I can literally say, alright, bet. I'm going to sit here and send 12 of my sideline cards to the graveyard, to the removal area, so I can kill your character.
In fact, with characters possibly even reaching levels of BP higher than 5k, because I believe Captain Yamato is 7k in power.
That's so
I might be wrong on that. I might be very wrong on that. I think it was just 7 energy. It's one of the two.
So it's definitely 7 energy, but he's definitely if he's not 5k, he's probably 6k. Which most kill cards you see in this game can only reach up to 5k max. So the fact that you have a card right here that can literally kill stronger characters or your strongest body in your deck is super good, super effective. I definitely will see myself playing him in the future.
So while you will have your other Raid Ichigos, this Raid Ichigo is going to need to be in your deck as well. And here we have a little special art coming soon. We don't know what it's going to be yet. And I'm excited to see what it is going to be.
Exactly. So I guess we're just lying in wait.
Yes. Chad. My man. One of my favorite characters in Bleach. One of them. Not my favorite. We'll get to them when we get to him.
Exactly. But he generates energy. He's a 0 cost. He's ramp, so nothing special. Every archetype in this game is gonna have ramp in it, so it's nothing new there.
Next up, we get to Nell.
So, me personally, I am a huge fan of Nell. I think Nell is a very solid character. It sucked we didn't see too much of her in the original Bleach, but I'm really glad she made a return in the 1,000-Year Blood War. And what better way to showcase her than to have her with a Nullify Impact effect? As we discussed from the previous video, Nullify Impact, super good, especially when you're dealing with those high-level raid characters with Impact, and you're trying to stop the damage from going through. I'm glad they made Nell into a good card, and I definitely want to see what more Nell cards we're going to be seeing in the future.
Alright, here we got Akon, the rapper, and he has 3 energy, 1 action. If there is a yellow or green card on your opponent's field, you can reduce his cost by 1 while it is in your hand. He provides 2 energy and has 3k BP.
Not bad. I would say he's more of a side deck type of card than the main deck, because when you're in, especially if you're in tournament, you're not gonna know what color deck you're playing against.
Right.
For all you know, you could be playing against a blue deck, and it's he becomes absolutely worthless at that point.
Yeah.
So he's definitely a side deck character, if anything. Renji, fodder.
Renji, not fodder this one.
Not fodder, but he's definitely the same Renji from the super pre-release decks. Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, choose 1. See, and this is something I don't like with this Renji, because it's choose 1 other character on the field against 500 BP, not himself.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks.
It would have been nice if he could boost himself to 4k, because then he could get those bigger swings and be able to force your opponent to block with a more risky block. They may let an attack slip through.
Exactly. So if you have 2 Renji on the field, then he accounts for that weakness, because you can just have one buff the other. But with just one, it's just, I feel as though they they could have switched it from one other character to any character on the field,
Right.
on your field, and it definitely would have made it a whole lot better.
So, Renji Ibarai, his raid. Now, I do want to point this out. Remember, I mentioned this before in a past situation where I said if you can summon your raid characters, it's just that they would lose their entire ability in this little box area that mentions raid. This Renji is special because he has an effect that activates even if you summon him without raiding him. He still gets the ability if you do raid him. He still gets this ability, but he also have this ability if he's raided versus if you just summon him normally. So let's start talking about that ability first, where in your main phase you pay 1 action point, and once per turn he will gain damage 2, forcing a fight.
That's really good. Especially for the fact that it's like, even if you don't raid him and you just play him raw, pause. But anyways, if you just play him as is, just about the fact that, hey, I use 1 action point, I give him damage 2, it's pretty good. And then transitioning into his raid effect, which for those of you who don't know, there is a Renji that came in the pre-release that basically does this effect. The only downside with that Renji is that it's 5 energy, 2 action points.
Right.
Which is a bit much for what he does. So I really like the fact that they downgraded him from the 5 energy 2 actions to the 4 energy 1 action with the same way when played effect.
Exactly.
So this is literally a pure upgrade from the other Renji from the pre-release. I would definitely see myself playing him in place of him, of the other one.
Byakuya.
Trash.
Okay. Byakuya Kuchiki.
Not
the
trash.
raid. Let's talk about his signed card though. I said let's talk about his signed card.
I mean,
though.
that kind of nice. But that's even better.
There we go. So, this Byakuya, 5 energy, 1 action. He is a raid.
Already good, 1 action.
Now let's talk about his 3 abilities he has. So, after you raid him, when he is played, you may place 2 cards from your sideline to your removal area, and if you do, all characters on your opponent's front line lose 1000 BP until the end of turn.
Broken.
That completely shuts down your opponent's blockers. They can't do anything to defend themselves at that point, because if they block, they will lose their characters. Broken. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah.
Even if they're at 5k, that does not matter, because they are now at 4k, and they are at risk of death through Byakuya Kuchiki.
Mm-hmm.
On his main phase, once per turn, you can place 3 cards from your sideline into your removal area, and if you do, he gains impact until end of turn. Now, even if they do block, they will take damage. But obviously, this forces a chance where he can just force himself through, especially considering how all the opponents will lose 1000 BP until the end of the turn when he is played.
Literal powerhouse, bro. Like, just from those 2 abilities alone, he's already a force to be reckoned with, and we haven't even gotten to his 3rd ability.
His 3rd ability, when he attacks, the second you declare an attack, you get to do this for free. You place 1 card from your sideline to your removal area. Just 1 card. And if you do, you choose 1 character on your opponent's front line, and it will lose 1000 BP until the end of turn. So now, maybe that 4000, or maybe that 5000 character can't block safely anymore now. Or better yet, since you have impact, it doesn't even matter, because maybe they were trying to chump block or something. That impact is going to cover that. So Byakuya is just a dominant force.
Yeah, this Byakuya is definitely built different. I mean, if you bring him out even when you're down, you're going to be up hard.
Easily.
Super hard.
I've been up hard before.
Hey, yo, what the?
So here we got Rukia Kuchiki.
All right, so
now he wants to talk about being up super hard.
Listen, like, I can't even talk about being hard because this got me real soft right now. Hey, yo. Bro, listen. If you noticed from the previous video when we were discussing the yellow cards, towards the beginning, I discussed how I was fairly upset how they removed the 0 fodder Rukia. Why did they do that? There was no reason they do that. All right, you see, this Rukia, I'm not gonna lie, it's okay. It's good. I mean, it's 3 actions, 3500 BP. When attacking, draw a card, discard a card. So it's a Udio Ishia on a little bit of Royce, but it's not bad. But But let's go to the next card. Let's just go to the next card real quick. Let's go one. That's the alt art.
Alt art.
Yeah, pretty good.
When she sees that they cut out her Zeo fodder card.
Yeah. That's literally my reaction. As we can see with this Rukia, this is why we need fodder Rukia. All right. When played, draw 3 cards. Place the 2 cards from your hand into your sideline. On when played, raid 4/1, 4K plus BP. This is good. You could have removed the Orihime, I don't care about that, but you have Raid Rukia with no 0 fodder, there's an issue. Alright? What we doing, man? Come on now. Plus, the other ability. Place 1 card from your hand to the sideline, choose up to 1 character on your field. See, so this literally is what Renji Abarai should have been. Choose 1 character on your field, not choose 1 other character on your field. It gets 500 BP until the end of the turn. So Rukia literally becomes strong. She literally becomes a 4,500 that goes above that threshold. So literally this Rukia is so good. All right. I don't know if this is a mean to try to balance it out the deck. There are other ways to balance out the deck versus than removing the Rukia fodder from the deck. All right. I'm upset. Let me go to the next card.
So I just let R go off there because he needed that. He did.
Let's go.
So here we are with Mayuri Kurotsuchi. When he is played, your opponent places a card from their hand into their sideline.
I mean, it's alright.
Soy Fawn.
Fawn.
Now let's talk about her artwork.
Step on me, mommy. Hold up, what?
So 4 energy, 1 action. Activate in your main phase. If she is on your front line, you can pay 1 action point, and once per turn, choose up to 1 character with 3,500 or less BP on your opponent's front line. At the start of your opponent's next turn, you will sideline that character and switch this character to resting and move it to your energy line.
I mean, just because it's soy phone, I'm gonna say that effect is good. The effect can be bad and it be soy phone is good. All right, all right. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but this card is going into my deck. It's going into my Bleach Perkle deck, and I'm making it work no matter what. All right. If it hasn't been apparent, I really like Soul Phone. I like her as a character. I wish we had way more of her into the series and see more of what she can do. So, yes, all right. We're definitely putting Soul Phone into the deck, and I really hope we pull the alt art version.
So I will say that there is some good strategy involved in this, because when she's on your front line, you get to do this effect. So she gets a kill, but it's not an instant kill. It's like how she works in the anime with the whole poison gimmick and everything. It takes a second for them to die, but with them dying, it's almost like a little bit of a mind game with the opponent at that point, and you just doing that with the opponent kind of opens up a chance for you to throw off their game, just even a little bit. Even if you just like throw off their thought process for half a second, you might be able to get something over on them because of it. Next up, we got Tenjiro Kirinji. Main phase, switch him to resting, sideline him, and you get to add 1 purple character card from your sideline to your hand. If there's a card, like R mentioned earlier in the video when it came to, I forgot who the card was exactly, but it was a card that allowed you to add a character from your sideline to your hand. You might have that key card that you need, that key character in your sideline, and Tenjiro will help you be able to fish that out. Shinjimaru Shutara. Oetsu Nimaya. During the main phase, you switch him to resting, choose 1 other character on your field, and it gains 1 KBP until the end of turn. Really good card. I'd say definitely probably in your energy line, because you're not going to want to have him in your front line switching to resting to boost other people. You're going to want him in the energy line, providing that 1 energy that he has, as well as providing a 1k BP boost to any character into the end of turn.
Yeah, he's definitely a character you want to keep on your back line. I definitely agree with that.
You probably don't want to run too much of him either, because you don't want him to overwhelm your back line, because you're going to have your back line filled with like some 2 energy generating cards as well, so that way you can like at least be able to cast some bigger spells.
Yeah, he would definitely be good to have at least 2, because remember, each card is its own effect activated.
Right.
So you can activate, if you have 2 on the back line, you can activate both of them, get 1 character 2k BP, or just get 1k to 2 characters on the field. So that's, overall, it's a pretty solid card, definitely. I definitely see running multiple.
Kiryu Hikifune. When she is played, you choose 1 other character on your field, and it gains 1k BP until the end of turn.
Honestly, I would play the other one over her.
Yeah. Just because the other one, yeah, they have to wait the extra turn to get the 1k BP out, but then it's more consistent. It's every single turn that card is on your field that it gets that ability, versus Kiryu entering and just being able to do it once, and you not even being able to bounce that back to hand with Orihime makes it not as strong as the original unit. Ichibei!
This man is smiling way too hard.
I fucking love Ichibei, bro.
Bro.
So when he's played, you get to select a required energy amount. Then reveal the top 2 cards of your deck and add up to 1 character card with that same selected required energy amount among them to your hand, and place the remaining cards into your sideline.
Honestly, not a bad card, especially with like a couple of cards where you can literally look at your top card and see what it is, and either keep it on there and place it on the sideline. Follow that up with Ichibei, get it to your hand, plus view the sideline even more. So it's like this deck, what it does very well is drawing cards and filling your sideline, and it's capitalizing on that one fact. So another good card, definitely will see play in a lot of Bleach Purple decks.
And even if you don't get that look at the top card of your deck and place it on top, it's still good because it's a gamble. For one, you could be thinking of one card that requires, I guess, 4 energy, and you can say, okay, 4 energy. If you see that card or a card with 4 energy, good for you. But if not, that's 2 extra cards in your sideline for more sideline shenanigans with the purple deck of Bleach.
Exactly. So overall, it's a good card, solid card that you're going to see play.
The Royal Palace is the site for the purple card. You get to play this set. You get to play this site set to active onto your field. So automatically it is not rested. You already get to use its effect, which you use by switching it to resting. You get to look at the top card of your deck, as we literally just talked about with Ichibei, and if that card has squad 0 affinity, you may reveal it, add it to your hand. Otherwise, you would place it on top of your deck or into your sideline.
So literally, it's just more card control.
Indeed.
You can literally control and stack your deck how you want it.
While yellow is indeed a card control deck, it's a card control deck for your opponents, while a lot of purple seems to be a card control deck for yourself.
So a lot of card manipulation would be the correct term.
That is indeed the term I was looking for. I was just trying to get it out of you. I didn't. I knew that term. Tasty Bread, an icon. You've seen it in the Super Pre-Release deck. It is a good card. You get to choose a character, it gains 1k BP, and you get to switch one of your AP cards to active.
Yeah, so it's quite literally a free card.
Very literally a free card. They should have just said Action 0 at this point.
Pretty much.
Department of Research and Development is an event card. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add 1 card among them to your hand, and place 1 card among them into your sideline. Then you can place the remaining cards on the bottom of your deck in any order.
So, I don't know about y'all, but this card is extremely broken.
Very. There's no doubt about this card not being anything less than broken.
Yeah, because as you probably know, there exist other cards and other animes and other colors that does the same thing. The only downside is that you have to look for a specific type of card to add it to your hand. This one is just add any card to your hand, and then on top of that, add any card to your sideline. So this card, 2 energy, 1 action, is extremely broken.
Yeah, especially for 2 energy, 1 action, you can do that very early game and fish out whatever big combo card you need, and have that ready for you by turn. If you went second, legitimately, probably turn 2, you can have your combo piece.
Yeah, because there's a lot of times where you, depending on the card you have, you can definitely rush out a turn 2 4 energy impact character.
What we're saying is you're running 4 of this.
You're definitely running 4.
We're skipping this.
No, we don't.
We know that card. We know that card.
We don't need to skip that.
We know that card.
We don't need to skip that.
You choose a character with 3k or less BP on your opponent's front line and you sideline it, but if you have Ichigo, it's 5k or less. Alright, now let's move on.
Yes.
Shinbun Zakura, Kageyoshi. And it is 4 energy, 2 action.
This thing better be good.
If Byakuya Kuchiki is on your field, you get to reduce this card's AP cost by 1 while it is in your hand, making it a 4/1.
Okay, not bad.
You get to choose up to 1 character on your opponent's front line, and it loses 3k BP until the end of turn. Then you choose up to 1 character on your opponent's front line, and it loses 1k BP until the end of turn. That's right, you can either make a single character lose 4k BP, instantly killing it, or you can kill a 3k or less and then hit someone else for 1k, or you can extremely nerf a 4K by reducing it by 3K, and then nerf another card by reducing it by 1K. The potential for this Sinbon Zakura is crazy, and you do not want to run a Byakuya in your deck without Sinbon Zakura Kageyoshi. These two cards are synonymous with one another. You need to have both in your deck. If you're running Byakuya, you're running this card. If you're running this card, you're running Byakuya. Byakuya by himself is busted. This card on top of it, you summon out that Kaguya. You summon out that Byakuya turn 1. I mean, not turn 1. But you summon out that Byakuya, everyone minus 1,000 already. You hit it with the Sinbon Zakura afterwards, they will not recover.
I couldn't say it better myself, honestly. That combo is super broken.
I just had to go off, bro. I'm like, wait a second, this card is Bung Kai Sinbon Zakura Kageyoshi.
Oh man.
I might make a Byakuya deck. This is Bonkai, you've seen it. Choose 2 AP cards, switch them to active. And that is the purple cards, wow.
Hey, the purple cards went through pretty quick, you know?
I think it has a lot to do with the fact that the demo deck had a lot of the cards. The demo and the Super Pre-Release had a lot of the cards already in them. So we were able to go through those cards a lot quicker.
Exactly. Plus, like I said, it's just a little bit of additions here and there. You're probably going to be taking 2 of those pre-release starter decks and then taking cards from the booster set and just putting them together to make your Bleach Purple deck. So overall, I'm pretty hyped for Bleach Purple. You know, I'm still upset we didn't get our Zero Fodder Rukia, but I am happy about we do get Soy Phone.
I'm happy you're happy. I'm not a fan of Bleach Purple because I had to get shafted by Getsuga like way too many times. Even with the demo, I don't even want to get into it anymore. But let's just say Getsuga and I are enemies.
I think me and Getsuga are pretty best friends.
I can tell. I can tell. Pretty soon, me and Sinbon Zakura are going to be best friends. I'll say that much. It's over. So yeah, that's going to be the end of our second video. So like we said, we are going to be cutting everything in the 3 parts. If you haven't seen our Bleach Yellow video, you can click the link right here and it will take you straight to it, so you can go ahead and watch it. And if you have seen it, click this video and hopefully it'll lead to a link. If it doesn't, then it's not out yet, but it will lead straight into our Green Bleach video and you will see my favorite character in that one. So, I've been D.
And I've been R.
And together we have been DJR
Union.